We are now in week 4 of our EOG review, and we're going to be looking at 3 big topics this week. We're looking at text structure, point of view, and text features. Now, we've done these more recently than any of the other things that we have studied, so we're going to go pretty fast. That does not mean that you can't ask for help, ask for clarification, or ask to slow down. If it's something that you're really struggling with, don't let me go fast. Let me know. And if you're at home, that means email me and say, I don't get it. I need help. And I will help you in any way that I can. If you're here with me, then it's really hard. Raise your hand. I'll help you out. We have 6 different types of text structure that we looked at this year. We're going to look at 3 today and 3 tomorrow. The 6 altogether are the chronological order, cause and effect, compare and contrast, problem solution, sequence and or process, and what we call spatial or descriptive. Now, again, we're only going to look at 3 of those today, so don't panic. All right, let's get started. Chronological is simply when you have some kind of text and it's arranged in order of time. Remember that we learned that chrono means time and logic means order. So chronological is in order of time or in time order. Here's some examples. Jack and Jill ran up a hill to fetch a pail of water. That's the first thing they did. Then Jack fell down and broke his crown. Then Jill came tumbling after. It's the story with the beginning, a middle, and an end. Beginning, a middle, and an end. So you're gonna, when it's chronological, you're gonna look for words like first, this happened, then, finally, later. Those kind of words help you know that time is passing. If you're reading a story and time doesn't pass, it's not chronological. Okay, time has to pass in order for it to be a chronological story or a chronological structure. The next one we're going to review is cause and effect. That means that something happens that causes something else to happen, and sometimes that causes something else to happen, and it's like a chain reaction. But in a cause and effect structure, the action and its result are explained, like why this happened and why it caused the next thing to happen. So because the students did not learn the material, that's what happened first. They did not learn material. They performed poorly on the test. So you have the cause, and then you have the effect. So don't confuse this with chronological. This doesn't have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Time doesn't progress, or if it does, it doesn't progress much. It's simply one action to the next action. And the other one we're looking at today is spatial or descriptive writing. So we remember when we looked at the word spatial, because it sounds like I'm just real Southern and saying special. Well, I may be real Southern, but I'm really saying spatial. Just like racial is related to race, spatial is related to space. It describes something in order of space. It describes how something looks. Time does not pass in a descriptive writing passage. You are simply being told about how something appears, period. You are describing the space. And oh, remember this? When we did the time map of our bedrooms, not the time map, the descriptive map of our bedrooms, and you had to come up with 15 different things to tell me about in your bedroom, time didn't pass. There wasn't a beginning, a middle, and an end. There wasn't one action that affected another action or caused another action. It was simply a description of your room. That was descriptive writing. So chronological, in time order, time passes. Oh, first, then, later, finally, those are our clue words. That's your chronological. Then you have cause and effect. This happens, that causes something else to happen. You may have a chain of events, one causing the next, but time doesn't pass much in those passages. And in those passages, because or caused, those are your biggest clue words for cause and effect. In descriptive writing, time does not pass. It is just, you're looking lots of adjectives. You're looking for lots of things about the space. You're looking for just descriptive words for your descriptive writing. That's it. That's it. Just for a quick help for your assignment today, and let's just look at this. So this is actual questions from today's assignment. A bully is someone who hurts, frightens, or intimidates another kid over and over again. A bully takes every opportunity to make another kid feel bad and enjoys the feeling of power that they get from doing so. So is this a chronological order passage? Does this have a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end? For this to be a chronological story, it would have to be a story about a kid being bullied or about a bully bullying another kid. It would have to tell a story with events that had a beginning and a middle and an end. This does not have a beginning, a middle, or an end. Descriptive writing. Does this describe a character, a person, a place, or a thing? Well, it describes a bully as someone who hurts, frightens, or intimidates other kids. It tells what a bully does. He takes every opportunity to make another kid feel bad. It tells what they enjoy, the feeling of power that they get from doing so. So it really does do a lot to describe what a bully is. And time doesn't pass. And if you remember, that's one thing we said about descriptive writing. So I like that answer so far. Cause and effect. Does this tell about something that happens and then and then what happens because of that act? Well, if this were cause and effect, it might say, this is the bullying act that the bully did. This is what the victim did because of that bullying. And we would see the effect of that bullying. Here, I'm just learning about what a bully does or who a bully is. So this is definitely descriptive writing. It just describes a person. Okay, let's look at this one. Jonathan watched as Kevin walked up to Peter, right up to him, so close that his nose was practically touching Peter's. Didn't I tell you not to come here? Kevin snarled. Peter took a step back, so Kevin took a step forward. Peter quivered with fear. I have to come here, he stuttered. It's school. Jonathan's blood was boiling. Somebody had to do something. What he wanted to do was take a swing at Kevin and knock all that nasty confidence right out of him. What he did instead, though, was to turn and run down the hall to get Mr. O'Malley. Does this tell a story from beginning to middle to end? Jonathan watched as Kevin walked up to Peter. Kevin and Peter had words. Jonathan's blood was boiling. He ran down the hall to get Mr. O'Malley. There are events that are happening, and we're learning about them in the order that they happened. So that is chronological order. Is it descriptive writing? Does this describe a character, a person, a place, or a thing? There are some describing things in here. I know they were standing nose to nose. I know that Peter quivered with fear. I know Jonathan's blood was boiling, but just because it uses good adjectives, that's just good writing. It's not a descriptive structure. It just has some describing words in it. This does way more than just describe a person, a place, or a thing. So I'm going to say it's definitely more chronological than it is descriptive. Cause and effect. Does this tell about something that happens and then what happens because of that act? Well, yes. Um, let's see. Jonathan goes down to get Mr. O'Malley because Kevin is walking up to Peter and being a bully. But then does it tell me what happens after that and after that? It doesn't give me the chain reaction. So while it's a good beginning for what might be cause and effect, I feel like we get more of a story that's happening as the progression of time here. So I feel like the best answer is going to be chronological order. We don't know enough to call it cause and effect. So we're going to choose chronological order for this one. Um, Today, you only have two more. I've done two of them with you. You have two more to go. If you will talk through these answers the way I've just talked through them with you, this will be the easiest thing you've ever done. And if it isn't, email me before you submit it and I will help you. Okay? All right. Any questions, let me know. Otherwise, go finish this assignment. And I think if you will look closely, you will also find a game to play to help review the things that we have learned in the last 3 weeks so we don't lose those as well. Okay? All right. Have a great day.